Let's take a look at some more postcards that are on SUES Postcard Shop. It's www.suespostcardshop.co.uk. These are some postcards that will be listed on the site in the next couple of days. I've also done a video at the end where you can see me moving them about. And also the hold to the light ones, there are 3 of them. You can actually see them into the light, and they're more interesting when you can see them in the light. The rest of them are straightforward postcards, or mostly straightforward postcards. I do find them extremely interesting, as I'm sure a lot of you do. And I would like to say a big thank you to 3 of my regular customers. I won't say surnames, I'll just say first names, Christian names. Ray, Jerry and Noel. They buy an awful lot of postcards and I'm very, very grateful. I'm grateful to all my customers, both new and those that come back. And it is a pleasure to deal with all of you. As you can see, these hold to the light ones are quite interesting. I find them more difficult to find, especially the ones that like the ship one, where you've got lots of interesting light coming through. And also the one of these children in the bed, where you can see Santa Claus behind the head with his sack of toys. Some of the other ones are not as interesting, but those I do find very interesting. I always find that postcards give us such a sense of history. If we look back at images from earlier, and look at images or photographs of this area today, many changes have been made, and some actually stay the same. I think these postal history postcards are interesting, the ones without the actual photographs or pictures on them. Some I've got are from vineyards that have had orders for wines and spirits, etc., in the Victorian times. I also like the railway postcards because I do a site which is called Derbyshire Model Trains. I've always been interested in both postcards and model trains throughout my life, with the railway, that is. And obviously you get a lot that are of postcards that are railway related, like this one, which is the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway. It's an official postcard, and they're more rarer to find. I'll let you look at the rest of them, then you'll see me flinging my arms around at the end. But I'd like to thank you all for having a look, and I will be doing more and more videos, and please take a look at the site. You may find something you want. If you can't, just give me a note at the bottom, make a comment, and perhaps I can find some things that you may be interested in. But thank you very much for looking, and don't forget, it's www.suespostcardshop.co.uk. Thank you. Let's take a look at some hold to the light postcards that I have to hand. One is of two children in a bed, and it's got Santa Claus. If I hold it up there, you perhaps see. It's got Santa Claus with his bag of toys, and they're dreaming about Santa Claus and all the toys they're going to have. It is used early 1900s. This one is of a ship, and if I hold that to the light, that's quite nice. You can see the lights and everything on the ship from the moon and the glow on the sea. That is also used from the early 1900s. This one is of two fishermen, and if I hold that to the light, this is more difficult to see, but that's actually a mermaid they're looking at in the sea. And if I turn that one over, that one is also used, but that's a later date. This one is a famous Fraser's postcard, and it's an advert for people who sell rheumatism products. Again, early 1900s. I'll turn that over, and you can see that is 1904. This one is of Bournemouth. Again, early 1900s. I'll turn that over, and you can see it's an undivided back. This one is of Wellington from the Urquhart Quarry. I'll turn that over, and you can see it's unused, and I think it's about 1920s, but it could be later. This one's a comic postcard. It's an Eden series. It's supposed to be Adam and Eve. It's Monday in the old garden. It's wash day with fig leaves. Early 1900s, unused. A Victorian postal history postcard with the printed Victoria stamp on it. I'll turn that over, and you can see that that's written on as well. I should have said it's 1891. This is Devonport in the 1920s. Hyde Park Corner and Piccadilly, Moonlight series postcard of London. This one is a World War I postcard. It's textured, it's like an oil painting. It's by Tux. A Mabel Lucy Atwell postcard, 1965. This is a London, Brighton and South Coast Railway official postcard. I'll turn that one over. You can see the information on the back. A 1950s postcard of Haywards Heath, real photographic, unused. A Margaret Tarrant postcard, 1930s. This is a World War I postcard of tanks. It's one of the War Bond series. I'll turn that over, you can see it's an original World War I. I've spread them out a bit so you can see them all in a group. They're not rare postcards. The one of London, Brighton and South Coast Railway is more rare, but they're very interesting. I've been collecting postcards since the 1980s. I got into it through my great aunt, who had lots and lots of postcards, and she left me her collection. I took out what I wanted, and I'm selling the rest of them. I have been doing for some years, but I think it's the messages, the history, and when you look at things that have changed over the years. Check out all these postcards on SUESPostcardShop.co.uk. These will be listed shortly, these actual next lot of postcards to go on the site. If there's anything you're looking for, if you could let me know, I perhaps might have something that you could look at. Thank you for looking.